Hi students, in this class we are going to see what if the container is rotated with angular velocity omega. If you see this image, the container is completely rotated with angular velocity omega. So how to solve these cases? Nothing to worry, just simple draw free body diagram. The shape which is shown here, I am drawing the free body diagram. Okay, it is rotating with angular velocity omega. Consider any small amount of mass. Okay, I am considering this small amount of mass. How many forces that can act on this body? If I consider, and the gravitational force that can act on the body, in which direction? Downward direction, dm into g, and it is at a distance x from the axis. This is the axis of rotation. There is a centrifugal force that is acting on it. It is equal to dm into, if you remember, mv square by r, which is equal to mr omega square. So dm into r is nothing but x, dm x into omega square. Now if you see carefully, this liquid particle rests on other liquid layer. Because of resting on it, it creates a normal reactive force, say r. Okay, let's make it very clear. I am drawing a tangent for this surface. This is a tangent. Better to draw with a different color. Say this is a tangent. Okay, so this is the tangent. Okay, this tangent is making, it's making an angle. Here is an angle theta. It will be theta here and it will be theta here, and I'm sorry, this is be vertical here. This should make an angle with the vertical line. So here is an angle theta, 90 minus theta, and horizontal it will be theta. Resolve into r into components. If you resolve, the vertical component will be r cos theta, and if I resolve horizontally, r sin theta. Vertical force is equal to downward force, r cos theta is equal to dm into g. Our horizontal component, r sin theta, is equal to dm into x into omega square. If you divide two equations, 2 with 1, sin theta by cos theta, which is equal to sin theta by cos theta, which is equal to x omega square by g. Okay, see this part carefully. Sin theta by cos theta is equal to tan theta is equal to x omega square by g. This equation represents for me, tan theta is nothing but slope. This is a y-axis, consider this as a x-axis. So tan theta is nothing but slope I can write it as dy by dx, slope as dy by dx. To get an expression for y is equal to omega square x by g into dx. Integration on the both sides, y is equal to omega square x square by 2g plus a constant c. So make this part very clear, and we are going to apply boundary conditions, and here is y minimum, and at the end of the surface at r, the height is y maximum. We have how many boundary conditions? At x is equal to 0, what is the y value? 2 boundary conditions. At x is equal to 0, y is equal to y minimum, and at x is equal to r, y is equal to y maximum. Let's substitute the first expression to get the value of c. To get the value of c, I am substituting. What will be the c value? At x is equal to 0, y is equal to, y minimum is equal to omega square x square, that will be 0. C is equal to y minimum. I am writing y is equal to omega square x square by 2g plus y minimum. Next, I am substituting r value. At x is equal to r, substitute carefully, why I am substituting in this expression. X is equal to r, y is equal to y max, which is equal to omega square r square by 2g plus c. From here I will get c is equal to, so remember this is for first boundary case, boundary condition 1. The next we are doing for boundary case 2. C is equal to y max minus omega square r square by 2g. I am substituting in the expression. Let me create few pages. So C is equal to, we got the value, y is equal to omega square x square by 2g plus C is equal to y max minus omega square r square by 2g. Okay, say equation 2 and equation 1. If you see, we can equate these two parts. Y minimum, C in the both cases it is equal, na? C is same anyhow. So y minimum is equal to, carefully you just observe, this is y minimum, it is equal to y max minus omega square r square by 2g. So y max minus y minimum is equal to omega square r square by 2g. This is the third expression. Okay, so these are the expressions we got. One special case that is possible. Listen students, there is no need of memorizing this formula. If you remember, it's very easy to remember. It's a r, so easy to follow the procedure. R sin theta, vertical force and downward force, sin theta by cos theta is equal to x omega square by g, tan theta is equal to dy by dx, which is equal to x omega square by g. We can get the y is equal to omega square x square by 2g plus c, and you can get the limits, apply the limits. If you want to memorize, you can memorize, but I'll recommend you to follow the procedure. You practice such a way that the formulas automatically you memorize. Okay, let's see some special case on it. Y max minus y minimum is equal to omega square r square by 2g. Some special case in this is, they will say that initially the height of the liquid is y naught. Initially liquid height is y naught. Okay, after rotating with angular velocity omega, it is showing two different heights, y minimum, y maximum. Intermediate height is, if you see this intermediate height, this height in terms of y max and y minimum, it is equal to y max, the average of these two. What is the average of these two? Y max minus y minimum by 2. If you don't understand, see carefully. I want to know how much height from here. So I have the height here. How much is the height? Y max minus y minimum. To get the mean position, it is equal to y max minus y minimum by 2. Okay, so I can equate, what will be the y naught value? So let's write y naught value. So y minimum from here to here, from here to here again, it is equal to y max minus y minimum by 2. From here to here we consider it as y naught. Let's simplify. Y naught is equal to y max minus y minimum by 2 plus y minimum. So if we simplify further, it is equal to y max plus y minimum is equal to 2y naught. Okay, this is equation number 4. Equation number 4. We have third equation, y max minus y minimum is equal to omega square r square by 2g. Okay, let's solve for y minimum. Wait a minute. Let's solve for y minimum. Subtract on the both sides. 2y0 minus omega square r square by 2g is equal to, it is equal to 2y minimum. Okay, y minimum is equal to y0 minus omega square r square by 4g. We can get the value from equation 5, get the value of y max. You can get the value of y max. It's not so complicated, just as simple as that, just derivations. One thing you should remember, the height, mean height we consider as y max minus y minimum by 2. Okay, now y is equal to omega square x square by 2g minus plus y minimum. Instead of y minimum we can write this value, omega square y minimum value, y is equal to omega square x square by 2g plus y minimum is equal to y0 minus omega square r square by 4g. Okay, y max, if we substitute, y max is equal to omega square x plus, at x is equal to r we'll have y is y max. Remember, maximum height, where will be the maximum height? If they ask you, at x is equal to r you should substitute, by 2g plus y0 minus omega square r square by 4g. Y max is equal to omega square r square by 4g plus y0. These are the expressions for y. Okay, so we can do the problems one, finding pressure in a rotating tube. Listen, this is the last and simple section. A liquid is filled in this container. It is horizontal. It is rotating with angular velocity omega. Liquid is, it's filled with liquid. Okay, if it is filled with liquid, how to write the expressions for the pressure? Remember, it doesn't have any arms like previous questions. It is only horizontally the tube is. It is filled with liquid and density of the liquid is rho. Pressure. So when we are going to do problems like this, take a small section and P1 and P2. Area of the section is, assume it as A. Okay, from the center it is at a distance x. P1, I am drawing the free body diagram. If you remember, centripetal force acting on the body is equal to mx into omega square. In which direction? Towards the left direction. It is equal to mx into omega square, right? It is P2 into A, and other side P1 into A, right? So P1, so the force is equal to P1 minus P1 into A is equal to P2 into A plus mx into omega square. So it's not mass, total mass, small mass. I'm sorry, it's not to complete mass, it's small mass. Okay. P2 minus P1 into A is equal to dm into x into omega square. So how to get the small mass? Small mass is equal to area. So density, area into volume, area into length. It is equal to dm is nothing but density, area, dx into x into omega square. Generally we write it P2 minus P1 as delta P, and dP we write. So if you do integrations, P2 minus P1 into A, so area gets cancelled. P2 minus P1 is equal to x dx integration. Density will be there, density as a common factor, take out the density, on omega square as a common factor, x dx integrations. From where to where? Listen carefully, it is starting from 0 to L. Okay, x dx 0 to L. If you do integration, rho omega square x square by 2, limits are from 0 to L. Rho omega square L square by 2. It is P2 minus P1. Remember, where the pressure will be more? At the ends P2. Okay, P0, P1 is at the starting. keep this in mind. We can do any number of problems. Okay, let me do one more problem. It is somewhat tricky than the other one. From two sections are there. The length of the tube is 2L. From 0 to L, the liquid density is rho. From other side, the liquid density is 2 rho. The area is A. P naught, and instead of rho and 2 rho, I am considering rho 1 and rho 2. Let's make it generalized. Okay, how to solve these cases? Consider previous case, everywhere same liquid. There are two cases. Now intermediate point you consider P naught, P1 you consider, P1 minus P2, P1 minus P naught is equal to A is equal to, so if you rho omega square x square by 2 limits 0 to L. Sir, why you are considering limits? I cannot draw omega L square by 2 if may ask. But see here, in the second place, rho 2 it's starting from L, it's ending to 2L. There you will feel difficulty. P1 minus P naught is equal to rho omega square L square by 2. Equation 1. Okay. Next, P at the end, P2. So P2 minus P1 is equal to rho omega square x square by 2. Limits are from where to where? Where it is starting? It is starting from end L to 2L. L to 2L. Rho omega square by 2, 4L square minus L square. 3 rho omega square L square by 2 is P2 minus P1. Whatever case it may be, see, don't forget the limits. You write this part and at the last you substitute the limits, 0 to L or L to 2L or 2L to 3L, whatever it may be. So P2 minus P1, just add these two expressions. And if you add these two expressions, P2 minus P naught is equal to 3 rho omega square L square by 2 plus rho omega square, oh wait, I have to consider two different liquids, right? Rho 1, there is rho 2. So 3 rho 2 and rho 1 omega L square by 2. We can take out a common factor omega square L square by 2. 3 rho 2 plus rho 1 is P2 minus P naught. This is the pressure drop. Okay, thank you.